Is the screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yes,
visible,
yes,
Kritika.
visible.
Okay, so basically, the type of app I've taken is self-care pets app. So let's say a self-care pet app is where you are able to track your habits, or it's like a checklist where you get your things done within a day. And when you keep on finishing your task every single day, you'll be able to grow your pets, which is your visual pets, in a more you'll be able to connect with them as you do your daily tasks. So it's kind of app where you grow with them as well. So I personally use Finch, which is a pet app for birds, and Amaru is basically for mythical creatures. So for the navigation, they are feature rich, which is like they have many options. The options they have, like they can even customize your own pet. It can be your names, pronouns, the way they look, and the dresses, and so many things. But at the same time, it's very overwhelming for first-time users. As first-time user, I was very confused on what is what. I was not able to understand what should I use for what. And the user visual design is very unique. Something like it full of pastel colors. They have a set of palettes where they just choose colors from that four different colors. So it's very appealing for younger audiences, like maybe even in the age of 13. Even younger audience can engage with it, but sometimes that color is very distracting because it's not you're not able to focus on what is much more important in each slide. And onboarding experience, it's a quick setup. You're able to have a quick setup of the profile. You don't have to uh, feel overwhelmed when you're setting up your profile. So onboarding experiences, from my view, is quite easy for me as well, but not all features are explained upfront. Yeah. So the features, when I first time used them, I was not able to understand why why it had a features like that. I didn't know the reason for it, so it was not quite prominent. Let's say that. And for the core task flow, offers goal tracking. It's like the goal tracking. It's like, let's say, journaling or drinking water or waking up or like that. It's just like a task to be done each and every single day, and your pet will go with that. And it's also track you, like for how many days that you kept your work, like for how many days you, let's say, they have worked out or doing some body stretch out, so that you'll be able to track your flow. Sometimes there's a disconnection between the activities. They can be sometimes confusing for users as to why they have those such activities. They have activities where they give as default, and some activities where that you can customize yourself. Maybe the activities which they give as default can be a little confusing for users, for first time users, for why they have such activities or tasks. And for design with neurodiversity in mind, it's like uh, they have many the colors. It can be for the color palette, they have very bright prominent colors where they feel very happy. It's like the happy colors like orange or pastel pink or pastel violet and pastel blue. Everything is pastel colors where it's very bright and vibrant. And they give a serotonin boost as well because of the positive energy that comes out of the design. And for the screen reader limitation, they don't have much, let's say, the pronouns of it or the language barrier as well. They don't have much more languages in it. They have very few option in it. And sometimes the fonts can be too very, maybe the opacity can be very less in some areas. So these are the pros and cons for Finch. And for Amaru, I have not personally used this app, but from the reviews I've seen, they have said that fewer screen, less cognitive load. Like they have less screen slides,
Hmm.
so that it's very less overwhelming for them. So that they, for the first time users, they won't be confused as much when they have a less lights and screens, but they have limited options. For Finch, they have many options where they can even customize their own things and many other things. They even have a travel site or something like that, where your pet will go to each countries and give you facts about each country every single day. But in Amaru, they don't have such a thing, so it's limited option. It's cozy and therapeutic. For Finch, it's very minimalistic. Uh, when I first saw Finch, it was very minimalistic, using basic shapes, organic shapes, and such. But for Amaru, for the designs as I watched, it was more like let's say it's similar to the Ghibli animation.
Hmm.
It has many cozy vibes and therapeutic vibes, where they have many details. But for personalization, they have very less personalization. For Finch, you can personalize your pet according to your wish or according to your personality. But in Amari, you're not able to do as much because it's very limited to the personalization of your pet. And the quick setup is there in a story based intro, where they teach you each feature in a storyline, like maybe like an intro, storyline, and next what's gonna happen, what's happening in the story. And it's slower paced. Sometimes users want a little faster paced apps for more snapping kind of slides. They don't usually prefer slower paced apps because they might think it's time consuming, or it's loading a lot more and taking a lot of time. So that can be a con for it. And for this, everything connects emotionally to the pet. This is entirely pet centric app. Then Finch app. Finch app is where they concentrate on the user more, but in this Amaru app, it's basically concentrating more on the pet than the user. For that's why everything is connect emotionally to the pet. If you're not able to take care of your pet properly, then the entire point of the app is lost. But Finch has an is a place where you can focus more on yourself than your pet. Even your pet will give you some advices or even some encouragements. But Amaro is basically entirely focused on your pet. It has simple language and layout, so that you'll be able to, for the even the users will be able to understand more easier. And the layouts are very simple for it. Even though it's very cozy and very it has many designs in it, they have a simple layout as well, and simple language for the first time users to understand. And the same problem with Amaru, they have very fewer languages, so that only a few set of people can be able to access such app. But we have a lot of language all around the world, so having fewer languages when almost every single app now have many language options, it can be a con for Amaru. So yeah, that's basically it for my presentation.
Okay. So it's good that it taps into the emotional design and gamification for self care, while making this wellness feel approachable through the use of growing a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are also features that could create cognitive overload, like for especially the new users, like you have said, maybe in the navigation, they could feel some kind
Yes.
of. Hmm. So what we could suggest is to have some kind of tutorial onboarding process, like what happens if they click on this, we'll be having an overlay, uh,
Yes.
opacity less overlay, and then we'll ask the users to guide the users, right? Some kind
Yeah.
of features we
Finch
could
doesn't
incorporate.
have that, but Amaru has it. That's what I read in the reviews as well.
Hmm.
Amaru has a story-based intro about the features, while Finch doesn't have. It's just like just leaves on to the user to learn by itself. But
Hmm.
Amaru has a story-based intro where they teach every single feature they have. So yeah, I think Amaru has that option while Finch doesn't.
Yeah. So along with the pros and cons, we can also suggest, and we can add what would be nice to have. This is pros and this is cons. Along with it, we can also have nice to have, and then add the features that we think can be improved. So by that way, we can take incorporate from that for our application as well. So it just doesn't come from offering many features, but it just comes from a few core features that are deeply interconnected, simple to use, and also emotionally rewarding. Since
Mm,
this is also a gamification kind of thing,
yes.
we need to prioritize the
Yeah.
gamification process. We can compare how gamification is working in different applications similar to this, and we can even place the screenshot of that page and compare. That is
Mhm.
also one kind of comparative analysis that we can do. Yeah, this is good.
Okay. Can I stop sharing now?
Yeah. Okay, then in tomorrow's class, we'll see how user flows work. User journeys work. Before that, if you guys want to show me anything that you have worked in the past and want to get review from me, if you have anything like that, you can share now. If not, then you can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.